Life isn't only black and white. Somewhere in the middle lies the truth, where perspectives collide and stories connect. Welcome to the Black, White and Grey podcast. We have a special guest today. His name is Mr. Fagan, or Fagan. I just love it, because Fagan.
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist.
Yeah, that's what people say all the time.
I love it.
Do you pickpockets?
Yeah, I get it all the time, man.
Do you though?
Yeah, Fagan. Well, Oliver Twist. I'm like, yeah, it's the same, but
My nephew's in Oliver
F-A-G-A-N.
Twist at the moment.
No way.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I want to go.
Please, don't, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
I want to go. My cousin does theatre as well, actually. Weird. He was Michael Jackson in Thriller.
Was he?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I used to do a
Daddy
little
cool.
bit of theatre in it.
Did
You?
you?
Yeah, that would be new news for most people in my life. Though. So,
When?
no, we'll beat over
I'm
that
just
one.
studying
What the
main
hell?
character.
No, I used to do like dance, drama. I went to drama school.
No.
Did
stop.
you really?
A drama
Fagan,
school.
look.
Hang on. That role's waiting for you when you get that beard grown
Have you
out.
noticed this? Do any of our friends know this?
Mutual.
I don't know, maybe, innit? I'm not
when
really
was
sure. I
this?
performed at like the Royal Albert Hall.
You?
Okay.
Yeah. I used
Hold
to do
on.
some
Which drama
mad
school
stuff,
did you go
like-
to? Did you go to one like...
No, I
You
used to
should
go
do
to
Blackfoot.
SUNY in Millwall East, and then at Finchley Central. There's a theatre there. We
Yeah,
used
there's
to
a theatre
perform
there.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did
You were
it
there?
change? Where, I always, first
Sorry?
You were there.
Yeah. And like Royal Albert Hall was the biggest thing I did. That was like some dance exhibition. I was doing backflips on the stage.
Anna,
and
who is
stuff.
this guy?
I don't know. Who are you?
And also, how did you not know any of this? We've got it out of
I
him in
know.
2 minutes.
I said he's been to my house. Like, we've been to.
You don't even know who's in your house.
I've known this guy. I've known him for 8 years, and I did 8 years. I've known him longer than I know.
Well,
Ed.
maybe you need to start asking better questions.
Yeah, he's
Maybe you
right,
need to
it's
care
right.
more
Yeah,
about
start
it.
asking about how his
Care about
family
him.
is and ask him about
Yeah.
what he...
I care about him. What the hell?
Yeah, apparently not.
Hello.
No, it was just the stage of my life. That was like
don't
something
know.
I
How long
enjoyed
was that
doing.
stage?
I don't know, like 3 or 4 years
What
probably.
the hell?
Was that a pre-puberty thing and suddenly your voice breaks, you decide
My dad,
actually...
I think my dad wanted me to be kicking ball in it, and he was like, "Oh, "What's he doing going there?" Like, he didn't
I
like it,
love
innit?
dads when they
He
do
didn't
that.
like
It's
it.
like,
Yeah,
you
he was
know
like, he needs
that-
to be playing football.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Do you have pictures?
Don't lie. He's lying.
I could probably dig them out. Yeah,
Dig them out.
somewhere.
Yeah, surely
Yeah,
Enfield, you
definitely.
can sort it out
So you
somewhere.
did backflips.
Yeah, backflips. I used to walk on my hands, do all that funky stuff.
He's got the showpiece.
How
Gymnastics
come he
thing.
didn't have a stab at Britain's Got Talent or something like that? There must have been like a...
Nah, I don't know really. I think it was just like something like one of my friends was doing. You know when You Got Served come out. You remember that
Yeah,
film?
yeah,
it was
yeah,
those
yeah.
times. It was like You Got Served, Step Up. I was thinking, yeah, this is gangster.
That was a weird time, you know, because it brought boys into kind of the element of that's cool.
Yeah.
To dance, roller skate, and do all of
It's like
this
that
stuff.
body popping shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but I could dance, right?
Hey, what's
I've
that
never
dance
seen you
group called?
Are you
dance.
joking?
On your birthday, you didn't even dance. You was
Yeah,
just.
I was
Yeah, but that's when
burst.
you know somebody can dance and they're just opting out.
I was burst.
Yeah.
They're not trying.
So you can
may do lots-
dance.
He can pop.
You'll find me in
locks.
at uni. At Watford, where I used to go in Watford all the time, I was always in the
Party
R&B
trick.
room, man.
He had the party trick.
Well, you in the
I
middle
was
of
the
the
token
circle.
white guy.
Yeah.
You do have token white guy energy.
Diversity.
actually.
Yeah.
Just some, no, but as in like some people can hold their own in certain circles.
Fucking
and it's-
rude, Ed.
I'm doing
I've
about.
been that guy. I've been that guy. I
What
went
did I
to a
do?
stag do in Amsterdam. I was the only white guy with 8 of my Nigerian friends.
Are you with Nigerians?
That's it.
That's the fact. You was definitely the token white guy.
I was token white
8
guy.
Nigerians. That's mental.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got some good Nigerian friends.
Yeah, it depends on kind
people.
of like, the ones that I've like liaised with. It's like they have a life that I don't even recognise. It's like you just take cabs everywhere. They live a very easy life.
Right, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but then I started playing basketball, which was like, again, my dad was like, "Why are you not kicking football, man?" Like,
Because I've watched these films from 2005, and
I used to love it.
Americanized, right?
Yeah, I was quite an Americanized teenager, I would say. But I played basketball to a high level at Loughborough University.
You went to Loughborough?
Barnet, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, that's no joke.
I went to Loughborough for, when did I go there?
Took the thing serious.
Before you,
2016.
Yes.
I graduated.
you graduated 2016. That's when we met.
2015. So yeah, I used to love basketball. I played basketball every day after school for years in the park. My knees were put from playing on concrete.
Shot, and he's gone.
And Barnet Bulldogs I played for. I now actually sponsor them and their men's team. So it's just like giving back because I can't play anymore. It's a myth. But yeah, basketball was a big part of my life.
So you were athletic though.
Yeah,
So,
I'd bounce as well. Like, you know, white men can't jump.
No,
Like,
that's
any-
also-
yeah.
It's Americanized, isn't it?
I can fly. I
Broken
can
myth.
fly. Like,
So clearly white men can dance
there's
and
that
jump.
6'1" guy who does like like trick dunking or whatever,
Yeah,
and he's got like crazy. He's almost like 12 foot.
Yeah, I used to be obsessed with it, like seeing how high I could jump, and I used to really like basketball just for like slam dunks.
Yeah.
So I used to just push myself to just jump.
But the difference from touching the rim versus dunking is like a whole.
That's the
different.
first stage.
What about your hang time?
Yeah, like, bro, I was up there in games at uni when I was playing Bucks. I was so many people would be surprised. I'd be like on the fast break, someone would lob it, and I'd like rack it in, and people would be like,
It's the hang time that's
and I
key.
used to love that energy, obviously, because I was like, come on, and obviously,
Underestimated.
It's even better when you're underestimated. Like,
Yeah,
of
of
course. It's like,
And then,
It comes with the praises.
you know, a few people to take a shot. I'll just go in for the rebound. Sometimes they'll miss bounce. There was one time my guy took a free throw and I just ran. He missed it, bounced off, and I just cocked it back and just yammed it. And the whole gym went mad. And I was like, yeah, this is what
That
I
energy
do.
is
The
sick.
energy is amazing.
It is. It's like
Euphoria.
an actor. It's like an artist on
Yeah.
stage. Like it's that buzz that you get from it.
Yeah.
Basketball's got just enough like individual energy. Like you're not completely diluted to the team,
Yeah.
and yet there's enough moments where you're kind of constantly getting that like hype. With
Yeah,
football, it's like you can be waiting
Concentrate.
40 minutes until the pressure breaks and a goal
Yeah,
comes
it's true.
in.
It's a fast sport, and I think that's why I quite liked it. It's
changed a lot,
non-stop.
though.
Yeah, it was exhausting. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's a much faster sport than football. I'm a football fan. I'm a sports fan in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the fast pace of it. But back to what you were saying is like that's why I think I was mixing in lots of different groups of people. So I went to Loughborough. I was hanging around with a lot of posh boys.
Yeah,
But I was hanging around with a lot of kids who went to like the college instead of the uni, and they were just there on sports scholarships. So I was kind of like in that 3 or 4 years in my life was really diverse in terms of people's cultural background, financial background. So I was like, and now to this day, I'm still friends with all of them. Some are in politics, some are in finance, some are in jail. Like, so it's.
I love the way you spun
Do you
that.
think? Do you think in Loughborough there's a general overlay of people kind of respecting being there for sport?
Yeah. It's like, can we swear on here?
Yeah.
Do what you
Yeah.
want.
It's there's like that big dick energy sport there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it is like, yeah, I'm at Loughborough, I'm in first team. Like that was the vibe. Like a bit twatty, to be honest.
No, but
Some
you've
cases.
got to create, like the Americans do it really well and unapologetically, of creating some kind of elitism around performance. And you've got to, if you're going to Loughborough, you've chosen not to go somewhere else, you may as well turn up and give it
That is
your
it. Yeah,
best.
yeah, it's
and
true.
actually, when iron sharpens, iron is good, right? And I always believe, in terms of trying to overcome our differences, I think sport is one of the great equalisers that get us all glued to the TV, all having moments, all supporting people from all different backgrounds. And I have a lot of hope for sport and its effect on us to bring stuff together.
I'd agree. But actually, basketball did that because on my team, what I said earlier, there was so many people from different walks of life, you know, playing together, unified. And that's good because it teaches you a lot. I'm a big like advocate for like growing up in mixed cultures with different people. I've got friends from all over the world, and I think that's opened my eyes a lot to, especially in the business world, etc. Adaptability, emotional intelligence, being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
If you understand, 10, 11 different cultures. Like when the first time I went to my Nigerian boy's house, like his mum was like, "You want to eat?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to eat." She gave me the food, and Teo looked at me and was like, "Yo, Dave needs cutlery, mum, innit?" She's like, I'm like, "No, it's cool, man. I'm embracing it." Like, but he was looking at me like I was looking for the knife. It's just those small things that like certain people like in my life, especially like the 40, 50, 60-year-old men I know, white men, that like, never experienced that. Do you know what I mean? So and then it's trying to kind of educate those people as well.
Part of living in London, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
inner city
Yeah.
behaviour.
You have to be adaptable, I think, in this if you're growing up in the city, especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is why I think there's a bit of a kind of halo of people unsure about, is it, are you asking questions as sort of like you're spectating something, or are you doing it because you genuinely want to understand and like further your knowledge?
Yeah.
And I always think you should lead with questions and go, I'm up for learning more, I'm curious, rather than I'm asking questions as sort of some kind of like inspecting something.
But
like
I think
a
it goes
book.
both ways. You can ask questions, or you can just participate and put yourself in the deep
True.
end and just throw yourself in and learn on the job.
I think that's
Which
something
is
that David
ultimately
does.
what happened to
Yeah,
you without
that's his
choice.
method.
Yeah,
It's just
it's true.
happening, right?
He's
And
always been like that.
You
Yeah,
advance
that's
quicker
true.
because it's just happening. I'm not scared to walk over there. It's like I used to just go into buildings that were like seen as too posh or too good for us, And I'm like, fuck this, I'm going in there. I want to drink in it. I want to go
Yeah,
and
I
get
don't
some
care.
champagne. I want to have a look over there. And I walk through the door, I might get rejected and I'll be like, what's the problem? Oh, you can't wear a tracksuit in there. Cool. I'll be back.
yeah.
I'll go and come back. You can't reject me now. What are you going to do next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's where knowledge and education comes from, because you then apply yourself to speak and be a specific way. And if there is any objections, you challenge it. Where's your manager? I just want to talk to your manager. Talk to the owner. Give me somebody that's not you.
Yeah.
Keeping that level head while you do it.
That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
there's always a
Yeah.
way to earn somebody's respect, right? And that's the unlock. And in some cases, it's really difficult. But I always think there is.
Do you know what one of my master keys was when I was in my mid-20s? Walking to the front door and saying, I'm a journalist.
Yeah.
That was a master key, because nobody wanted
That's
to
a
smoke with
hustle.
journalists.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, journalists can walk into war zones
Anywhere.
and you know, by and large, come out
Yeah.
safe.
Master key, journalism. And that was it. I'd bring out a press pass and be like, yeah, there you go. And they'd be like, oh yeah, come through.
That must have felt nice for you.
Power. Don't reject me. Don't reject me ever. Even with police, get stopped by the police. Was the idea?
Journalist.
Was the idea? Got my driver's license on me, but I'm like, take my press pass, Premiership, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah,
the press,
yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Problem? No, we're just doing some checks, blah blah blah. But on your way, simple.
Nice.
And that was just
That's
powerful.
just again throwing yourself in the deep end, isn't it? Having the confidence to just do something like that, that ultimately it's probably saved you a few times in certain walks of life.
100%.
So your background's been pretty like varied, but do you think that kind of formed the crucible which led you to start your own business?
Yeah, I think so. I faced some adversity when I was at uni. During my beginning of my second year, it was like freshers. My dad. So I grew up, mum, dad, older brother, in a place called Mill Hill in northwest London near Edgware. And my dad was born as like a scaffolder tradesman, but he became a self-employed financial advisor when my brother was born. My brother's 6 years older than me. So we had I grew up in a nice family home in Mill Hill. My dad was like super hard grafter worker, like 6 days a week. He was always working. He wasn't like a super high earner, but I'd say he did better than your average Joe for sure. But then my second year of uni, my dad was taken into hospital, and it was initially pneumonia. He just had like a bit of fluid in his lungs, pneumonia. He was just a bit sick. He thought it was a back issue. He wasn't physically like sick. So he went in. My mum was in Scotland at the time, and I'd come down to visit. So I was at Loughborough. He'd gone into hospital. Like, let me go check on him. So I go see him. He's in hospital. He's fine. He's sitting there. He's fine. He's in Barnet, NHS. Yeah. So I'm like, right, I'm gonna go back to uni then. Like, I spent a night with him. He was like, yeah, go back. It's fine. And then, a long story short, they needed to drain the fluid from his lungs. He's 49 years old at the time, self-employed financial advisor. He had good healthcare in it. They came in and said, look, to drain the fluid in your lungs, it's going to take a week. Well, 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
You're going to have to wait here. But we are aware you've got private med. We can take you to, I can't say the name, hospital in London tomorrow and you get the operation done there. And you're looking at like, this hospital is like $5,000 a day. Like, and so we were all like, cool, fine. Like,
It makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
So
it's private.
ambulance taken there. I've gone back to uni now, and he's gone in there. He's there for a couple of days, and then they do the op maybe 24 hours later after and going in. But he had to be put into induced coma to drain the fluid.
Yeah.
So he's got a tracheotomy tube down his throat, and they did the operation, drained the fluid. But as he's coming back round, the trachea tube was dislodged. Sirens are ringing, but he's in a private room, $5,000 a day. There's only 10 beds on this ward.
Yeah.
So like in your head, you're thinking, this is the safest place he could be, right?
Absolutely.
This is mad. The tracheotomy tube was dislodged we found out later when we went to coroner's case that it was dislodged between 3 and 9 minutes. Sirens ringing, obviously flatlining, and no one did anything. So then I was at uni, I get a call. My mum's like in tears. I'm about to go out. I'm actually half cut because I'm at pre-drinks.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking my dad's going to be fine. Like, I was like 9 o'clock. My mum calls me and she's telling me everything. And I just grab a few friends. I put it on speaker. They're all listening as well. They don't know what to do. And I didn't know how to feel at that moment.
Yeah, of course.
She was like, look, I need you back in London like as soon as possible. She said, my uncle Kevin, my dad's friend, is going to come get me right now. And I'm like, all right, man, I know he's going to come get me in the morning. So I'm like, no, I need to be home now. Like, I need to get back.
Yeah, because something's not right.
Yeah. So I called my boy. He drove from London, like he stopped what he was doing. I think he was in bed, and he comes straight to Loughborough, picked me up, drove me home.
What an amazing friend.
Yeah, good guy. And then basically the situation was I keep moving this.
Yeah, it's gonna.
The situation was basically they said, look, what we can do is turn off the life support that's keeping him alive right now, and there's a chance he's going to pull through. The chances if he pulled through were slim that he'd be not a vegetable, for better use of the phrase.
Yeah.
So we went to the hospital. There was like 10 people there, 7 a.m. in the morning. Bear in mind how quick all of this has happened. Turned the machine off and he just died. Like, so that was just my second week of freshers at Loughborough. So in a long-winded answer to what you were saying, like that was an awful time. We're a close family. He was 49 years old and he shouldn't have died. This is the main thing. So I went back to uni, and then in my head I'm thinking, well, we've got like a big court case. We did for 7 years following. We had to fight the hospital. And I'll get into more detail about that if you want in a minute. But I was there, I was watching, my mum was holding my dad's hand, like begging him not to die. It was wild, like watching that. Yeah. One of my boys was in the room watching it with me.
21?
No, I was like 19.
19.
Yeah. So that was, to witness that was like obviously crazy. Like my dad was quite a tanned guy as well. He was kind of Spanish looking. Everyone who sees him doesn't believe he's my dad. It's quite funny. You just see him go white. Like it was mad. And then, to be honest, like within 2 weeks, I was back to uni, so I felt like it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, it kept you busy.
Yeah, I was just I need to get back. Like, I felt, in hindsight, I always felt a bit selfish and not maybe being there more for my mum. My brother was living with her at the time, but I was dealing with my own grief, and that was how I needed to do it.
How.
Yeah,
I was 19,
and
man.
you're young as well. So.
And in my head, I was like, what am I doing here? I'm just sad. Every day is sad. I want to go be sad up there. I've got, also my dad was like, my brother was the first person to graduate in our entire family and extended family. And I was due to be the second. So I knew it's what he wanted for me. So I was like, I need to get back to uni. So in a short answer, with what you said, that was that, like, and we can go into more detail about it, was like that
changed things.
Yeah, that changed it. Because I was like, I don't know how I went and graduated, because I was doing some mad stuff at uni as well. Like, I was drinking, smoke, you name it. But I had to invest my energy into that. That's what he wanted. You know what I mean? And I needed him to, like, I needed to graduate. I needed to go get a good job. So I was always in this motivated mindset, if that makes sense. And that's how later years I've now gone to start a business, because I'm very risk adverse now, because I'm like, I've seen my darkest days. Like come, try me. And this is the whole concept I come up with, the charity of, it's not my concept, but it exists, the post-traumatic growth idea. And, we can wallow in our sorrows, but actually, like, we've got one life, right? Was it like the cat, and just when the caterpillar thought its life was over, it became a butterfly.
Yeah.
It's kind of looking the light at the end of the tunnel situation.
What's the charity called?
It's Time.
It's Time. Who's it for?
Young adults who experience parental loss. So we're actually the only charity in the country, UK registered charity, who supports young adults who experience parental loss, aged 16 to 30, 35. It's a key pillar. Like, I was a mess when I went back to uni.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the support. Uni didn't really know how to help me, to be honest. Standard counselling, whatever. So we're very specific. But we've got 11 trustees, all with lived experience. We've got 2 employees now. And we're doing quite a lot, to be honest.
That's amazing. Because you're right, like, I mean, look, life will stand in for the loss, but, at uni, that could be a lot of things. And uni's meant to be fun. It's meant to be lots of things, but you're meant to kind of rip the plaster off of your childhood, but not necessarily in the same time as you lose
a parent.
I think for men as well, the lineage of stepping into your own male identity. Men are not men at 18. Men are physically akin to men at 18, but you're really not psychologically there. So that journey, you need another 10, 15 years at least, as you say, probably the age gap of your charity. Say, I'm stepping in to fill those shoes. And dads are funny, right? Because as you said with him, maybe supporting your theatre, it's like sometimes you're not being supportive at all. In fact, if anything, you're kind of making me feel bad for enjoying myself. But other times they can be like really good by guiding by example. So it's like, it's such a funny relationship you have with them, whereas with mums, you always kind of know what they are to you, because it generally is quite a close relationship.
It's black and white with mums as well.
Yeah. It's just
Dad's is this pure grey area.
And they say it's boys and mums tend to be closer, and then it's girls and dads, right?
He looks exactly like his mum. So
Yeah, that's true. But you are right. And my dad instilled, like, he was, if I needed £10 to go play with my friends, it was like, cool, here's £10, but you're washing my car on Saturday.
How about that?
Like that. I went to play basketball in the park one day. 20-minute cycle from my house. I forgot to put my plate in the dishwasher. He called me, he said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm at the park." I told you I was going to park to play. He said, "Come home right now, put that plate in the dishwasher."
Simple.
I was like, "Bro, you're being serious." But in hindsight, that,
discipline.
That discipline.
Busting my balls, Dad.
100%.
Well, it's I guess when you lose them, you see what lives on.
That's exactly true. Yeah. So I've seen all of those things. I thought, you idiot, man. Why are you making me do this? It's obviously now ringing true to me.
And you'll just find yourself going back and putting the plate in the dishwasher and going, and it will feel different now as well.
Of course.
Just go,
yeah.
I'm doing that to honour.
That was a huge lesson.
because you both lost the father, haven't you?
Yeah. I lost mine
You did?
This year.
January the 27th
Damn,
this year.
sorry. How old are you?
I'm old. I'll be 39 soon, so unfortunately I'm out of the ream of your charity. But my dad was ill with Parkinson's. I found out probably 2 weeks before our finals at uni. And Parkinson's is Parkinson's, right? It just goes on and on and on and on. But he died quite suddenly, not wholly dissimilar fashion in terms of we got a call in the morning going, something's wrong. Well, we're like, well, lots of things are wrong with him. It's kind of like a ever-growing list of things going wrong. And to your point, it was like, oh, he'll be all right. They said, oh, he had a problem with his heart, but, he's fine. He's gone to the hospital. And then it became that thing of, actually, he's on a machine. And it was like, actually, the machine's the only thing keeping him alive. And then I remember trying to get down there in time. And they're like,
mad.
we turned it off. And the moment they turned it off, it's like, he's gone. And the same thing you said of like, you go in there and they're like pale. And you just go, I can see my parent, but it's mad, isn't it? Just a body now.
Yeah.
And immediately like that, like, I don't know if you found this, but all the family conflict, all the story, it just goes. And you're the only one who keeps it alive now. If you had any grievances with them, it's like life doesn't care anymore. It's just in your memory. But it's very good. I mean, this year I've gone and founded or co-founded a business with a mate. Nice. Because you just go, I'm now living in the version of reality without my parent. So you could stick £1 million in my back pocket and I'd still be the version of me that misses your dad. And so you go, well, I just have to get on and live because it's going to be an ever-growing roster of things that I choose to gain and get taken away at the same time. Like, eventually we will both lose our mum and then you lose something else and you go, all right, I need to get in the race, taking action. Because I don't know if you found this as well, but it completely like inverts your timelines because you suddenly go, I'm looking backwards because I feel like I'm getting really far away from that event. Yeah. Suddenly 8 months has gone by and you go, that happened quickly. And at the same time, like you're also looking forward. So you just sort of live in this void that's now being created and kind of try and make the best of that.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very. I'm 12 years now, and there's like 5 stages of the grief cycle. They call it. I think it's Elizabeth Kubler-Ross or yeah, that's it. That is her name. And I got to like the acceptance stage, I would say. Because it's like anger, denial, I can't remember the other two, and then acceptance. I got to acceptance stage, I think in like my late 20s, to be honest. I was like, I'm cool with this now. Like, I can get on with it. Obviously, you're always sad and you have your moments, but like acceptance. But then my son was born, and then I like revisited the grief cycle completely.
So my daughter was born 10 days before he died, and he died on her due date. So it was meant to be 27th of January. So exactly your point is you just keep going,
that's strange.
I'm a dad.
And a curse, right?
I'm a dad. Yeah. And every time you think, that's my child, I'm their dad, you think,
my dad.
Where's my dad? Because that's who I want to share
You're
this
not going
story
to see
with.
him be granddad.
Yeah, so it does, I totally agree with you. It kicks it.
Yeah. And that's normal in grief. There's certain things in life, a wedding, everything like that, having a child, graduating, certain stuff, getting a job, getting your first commission check, the little things, or like buying a new car. Like I've got a car now that I know my dad would love, right? So I was driving it the other day and I was thinking, he'd love to be sitting here, because I used to sit in his car when he got his first, nice car that he was proud of. We're automotive guys. So those little things, you end up revisiting grief. But I think the main thing for me is just I've just always used my pain I've really turned it into discipline. I'm not really a fan of motivation. I saw, you've probably seen that. Is it Usyk when he's like, what is motivation? It's like discipline. Yeah. Like people say, like, how do you get out of bed, David, every morning, 6:30? I get up 5:30, 6:30, walk my dog straight into the city, first in the office, like because I've just like, I've got to live today.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I don't do
that's-
lay-ins,
that-
man. It's
For
a
me,
myth.
that is that is motivation, because your motivation is your purpose.
Yeah.
So if you find purpose, you're motivated to go and deliver that purpose, right?
Yeah.
But what's
True.
interesting about it, right, is it might be going, I'm enjoying the process. Sometimes I feel like motivation can feel like you've got to tell yourself a story to generate the outcome, whereas sometimes you're just going, you're happy waking up at 6:30, you're happy walking the dog, you're happy
That's
doing
where I
the
say
pro-
discipline. That's
Yeah.
what I think that is.
I
what
like
you're
that.
saying, right?
Discipline
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah, it's a mix, and it's. I think we're all on the same page in this room, right? But if we're looking at it objectively, we're probably talking about those that use affirmations every day to try and find purpose, to then adhere to that, to create a discipline to go and do that. When really it is all discipline. Like everything that we all do is discipline, and that's what gets us up in the morning to go and achieve what we're going to
Well,
achieve.
it's interesting. Do you think we all have that moment where, it's like when people go, oh, there's a flood, and you go, well, whatever, it's not on my doorstep, it's not really a problem, and people kind of sit there, think, da-da. And then it's like when the water starts coming through the front door, for whatever reason you're facing in your life, suddenly you get busy. And then it's like you're active, taking action and doing stuff. And actually, as all of us as parents, the one thing you notice is like when you have a kid, you're busy. You're now busy. How you're busy is up to you, but you're not busy, because if you've got downtime, you're going to be busy. So you've just got to choose how.
Yeah. And that, I think, since having a child, I've had to try very hard, but I've learned to slow down, right? Because it's, what did I say earlier? Like, the life is what happens when you're planning your next thing, or your, you know, and in our world, in like sales especially, you're thinking about your next customer,
deal, the next deal, the next client.
Before you know it, 6 months has gone past.
Yeah.
And you can't live like that. You'll be dead before you know it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, but since my son Charlie was born, that's leveled me a lot, because I'm like, actually, he came out, like, when he was born, he was like standard function. He doesn't know anything, right? He came like fresh out the box, literally.
out the
like,
box.
They don't have
no program.
factory settings. You know what I mean?
Default.
And so when you look at something like that, and while they're growing and learning, you kind of learn to like take a step back and be like, okay, me doing another 3 hours this evening on the laptop, like, what is the point? Even if he's in bed, I'm like, let me just actually take some time to myself, because you just find yourself working all the time.
You could wait looking at me like that.
And parents, honestly, parents.
But I don't know why with me was the opposite. It made me work harder.
Yeah.
This is why I know you're making that face, because I don't stop working, but I don't know why.
No,
I don't understand why.
Parents do this thing, right, where, and I think you're both right. Or no, I think you both got a point. I don't know about being right. But I agree with you.
He's like, I'm going to enjoy my life, enjoy my son. Is it because you lost your parent?
No, it's, if you look at it, right, we do this thing where we look at a new generation of young people coming up, and we're like, why are these people, why are they like that? 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 But it's our responsibility as parents to give them that program to make them better humans. Now, if you're working all the time, you're missing the present moment where they're transitioning and changing to give them that point, right?
Yeah.
And that's where his point comes in. Actually, let me stop and look at this individual that I put on this earth and give them a better way than I had, so they become better humans for other people.
Yeah.
One
Whereas
commits
if
your own
you're-
decisions, right? Like, that's the thing, it's like,
So if you're working all the time,
I'm like,
You might be
I want
missing-
to give them a better life. But then I
but you're
noticed
gonna
this
give them-
week,
but you might be missing
I saw
their
some
personality.
pictures. I was looking at some pictures, and I was like, where did the time go? I've missed my daughter. She's almost my height. Eleanor's like my height almost.
You're not
like,
that tall. No, I'm
I
joking.
know. Her dad is pretty tall. He's 6'2", pretty tall. So then she's just going. She just keeps going. So I looked at her like, oh my God, Eleanor is my height.
Yeah.
Like what?
You've basically
And then I
got
went back to
blend it.
pictures, and I was like, pictures that my mom took, and I was just like, wow.
So the question is, when was you a mother?
She was the
No,
mom.
when was you a mother to your children? If
Yeah.
that's the case, right? Because
Yeah.
you're always working.
Yeah.
And if you
I'm in the
quantify-
house, though.
Yeah, but if you're quantifying being in the house and
Yeah,
just
but of
being
course,
there,
it's not the same thing.
and then supplying financially
Yeah.
all the things, are you actually a mother or are you just being a mum?
I'm being a provider.
Yeah, but that's
There you
deep
go.
rooted
Yes.
in how you grew up.
Correct,
you
yeah.
know, so, but you need to, as I was saying, is learn
I
to
need to-
find the balance.
yeah, I need
Even if
to-
it's just a day a week. like
start,
just to start, because it's.
Would you do hours a day, or do you do day a week?
You're trying to turn it into a
Don't create this plan.
Yeah, literally, I'll put it in your diaries right now. I'll set up the invite. No, what my thing has always been, I've watched Charlie grow up, and my thing was, whilst working for myself, even growing a team, I say to the guys I've hired and worked with, like, recently it hasn't been the case because we've been super busy, so contradicting myself, but for the last 3 years, I start work crack of dawn, like 7 a.m. I'm at my desk, and then 2-3 o'clock, and I work till 2-3 o'clock. I've usually done your average dude's day by then. Then I go home, I see him for a couple of hours,
after school,
maybe an hour,
part-timer,
2 hours. But then it's like, I've done my bit. I've also given my partner a short break, and then, because she's a full-time mum, I'm a bit traditional in it. And then, that's it. I crack on in the evening. So you
go back to working at your evening?
Because my dad, it goes back to my dad. He did what you did. He worked from home, but he worked in an office. My mum used to always go in and say, Shaun, come outside, sit on the sofa with us, have dinner, watch some telly. So I remember, to be honest, you would have all heard it. Anyone you're senior growing up, they would have been like, what was I going to say? They, you how fast your kids grow up and make sure you spend time with them. Or I didn't get to see my child grow up. Well, it's kind of similar to what you've just said. I'm proud to say that's not the case with me. And I'll continue to be like that, even if it means I make X amount less a year. In the whole context of everything we just discussed, what is the price of life?
What is the price of life?
That's a great question.
And also, everybody knows that stat of, like, 90% of the time you spend with your parents is before their 18th birthday.
Yeah.
I've read this recently, in the last year, and it kind of blew my mind in a way, because you don't look at it like that.
Say that stat again.
So I think, look, and it may change as people go home to live with their parents for a decade after university now, because they can't afford anything else. But it's basically saying that 90% of your interaction with your parent will be before your 18th birthday. And at that point in time, now you're seeing them like once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
But they're annoying though. Parents are annoying.
Well, as you become an adult, you've got your boundaries, and they've got their ways. They've always been annoying.
No, they said that biologically. I saw somewhere that we are, I read in a book, we are wired to
be annoying,
not to clash with our parents biologically from our age, teenagers. This is why we all at teenage years we have issues.
It's a separation of identity, right? Like they want to become.
No, it's because of for procreation, so that we don't procreate within our tribe or within our household. But that's part of
that's interesting. Interesting.
So then we are supposed to go to other tribes so that we can procreate with other human beings, so that we don't create inbred.
It makes sense.
That's what I read in the book. That's interesting.
Great philosophy, though.
Because that's why we tend to clash with our parents with age teenagers, because that's when we're hormonal, aren't we?
I'm living with my mum at the moment. We're fixing up our house, right? And my fiance and my son are abroad at the moment, seeing her in-laws, and so I'm there on my own. And she come in my room last night, and she like, you need to tidy up your room.
Just felt like
just where I'm
I was thinking, but she's not even messy. She's a bit of a clean freak. Yeah, she's probably going to watch this. So sorry, mum, but she's a bit of a clean freak. But I looked at her I was thinking, you've missed this, haven't you?
Downstairs thinking, I'm going to go up and speak to him.
That ain't around, so she can't stick it on him. I need someone to stick it on him.
But Jamie put a really good point across in the interview we'd had with her, which is it's actually seeking the connection.
That's what it is.
So she's probably going, I feel like connecting.
Maybe. So come on, smoke.
And you're like, Mum, just say hello.
It's good. Did it take you back 10 years?
Yeah, it took me back. She was like, look at your washing basket. How long have you been back? Because I was away with them. I was like, I've been back for a week, and the small washing basket's full. I've had 5 days worth of clothes.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do the washing. I'm a man.
Calm down.
Yeah, chill, bro. And she was like, bro, I'm going to get in the bath. And I was like, all right, you have fun then.
But you know what? It don't stop, and that's the crazy thing about females. I'm going to put this out there. It doesn't stop. That behaviour, it resonates from whatever age, and it's almost like. No, we had this with Chingy. We spoke about it. It's organised chaos. So if you fall out of, we had a relationship coach, and she was telling us how females work and how males work, and if we fall out of line of the pattern or routine that they're used to, they go into chaos, and then they just deliver.
I keep saying that to Ed every day. He doesn't understand. And then once I say to my friends, manage me.
It weren't my words. That's what she said. And it makes sense. And anytime it's out of pattern or alignment, they just react because it's chaos for them. And that's what it is.
It drives us crazy.
Like, yeah.
It's just the biology.
Oh, no, question of that. How did you feel your relationship with your mum changed after your dad passed?
Great question.
It is also something I regret a little bit because I was I was at uni, so I was away, right? I used to come home often, but in my later years, I did always think, did I do enough to support my mum? Because my mum and dad were quite a traditional relationship. She didn't really work. She worked 1 or 2 days a week for my dad's business and his business partner's business. So it was quite traditional. And then as soon as my dad died, my mum had to go back to work. Like, we had a mortgage on the house, everything. She became a CC operator for the Met Police, which is an awful job. You got people calling you with the craziest stories, right? Yeah. So she had to go straight back to work. I was still at uni doing my thing. So there was kind of that separation for a few years. But then obviously I graduated and moved back home. And I'd say that we definitely became closer. I think you both become new people and you have to learn about each other again in a way. Like I would say I've had, in a way, respectfully, 2 mums in my life. Yeah. I've had 2 brothers in my life because we all became different people after that situation.
That's really interesting.
Crazy,
very interesting.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I felt acutely, you've actually hit the nail completely on the head. I felt acutely like my family structure's completely changed on the back of it. I'm kind of waiting for it to be like, oh, we'll all knit together because of the
back to normal.
It's not happening. Yeah. And actually holding on to that idea is causing more problems than just going, it's new now.
But then it goes back to Fagan's point. Like, I think you've got to be present, right? So you kind of got to stop looking backwards too far and stop looking forwards and just be present and just accept what it is. And if you do that, then you're living in the now, right? And then you're being present.
Also, adapt to their new personalities, yours and theirs. Yeah, they're getting to know you and you're getting to know them again.
Just accept
it's just that pattern, though, isn't it? Right? You're just so used to going, my brother's like this, my older sister's like that, my mum's like that. And
which makes it a you problem, not really a them problem, right? And then you've got to rewire those codes.
Well, it's because I think you start with the idea that you're processing the loss, as you say, for yourself. Yeah. You're sitting there going, what have I lost out on? And then, again, a part of the healing through that, I think I told myself, don't make up scenarios that weren't going to happen. So easy to make up all the trips you never did, the conversations you never had, and that really fucks you up. But
I mean, depression and anxiety. I prefer depression and anxiety is more like sadness and worry. Depression's the past, anxiety is the future.
That's right.
And you do. I think I'm quite an emotionally intelligent person and extreme overthinker. So which I think has also helped me in my successes in life, in business especially, because I go the extra mile constantly. It's exhausting. But since my dad died, like my emotional intelligence and my caring towards other people, we found this through the charity a lot. People do become ruthless. More often than not, they become ruthless, but you do become more caring. You become more emotionally intelligent. It's a weird thing. And I spent so much time until a few years ago, like always making sure the people around me were happy.
But so it's the left and the right.
Yeah.
So it's the straight extremes, right? There's no middle.
Nope, exactly. Yeah. And it's hard to, back to my mum's thing, that in my head, I knew my dad for 18 years. And really, how many years did I know him? Because I don't know if it was his death, but I don't remember much of my childhood anymore. Yeah. I knew him for 10 years. I never got to have a beer with him. Those things are sad. But how long did my mum know him? Yeah. That was her best friend. So the level of grief in the family is completely different. And I was kind of growing up thinking more about my mum, focusing on my own grief, because I was like, that poor woman. You know what I mean? But yeah, I became very heightened emotional intelligence, overthinker, and that really becomes quite exhausting. Since Charlie was born, like my death day is when I'm 50, like mentally. It's like I got until 50. I'm 31 right now.
Oh, because of what you did.
Yeah. I fight that. I can fight it, and I've realised it's probably hopefully not going to happen.
So was his actual, the reason being there, was it a disease?
No, it was just like pneumonia. Like
so it was just, and it could happen to anyone.
Yeah, I had pneumonia, and then I was fine.
It was just the fluid,
and then it got complicated after that. Yeah.
Do you know why they decided to do that? To remove it? What was the fluid?
You just had to drain the fluid. It's like keyhole surgery.
But they didn't drain my fluids. They just gave me antibiotics.
No, but yours was probably early.
It must have been heavy, maybe.
Yeah.
Lots of coughing.
What does he say? If he thought we'd had a bad back, he's probably been carrying it for longer than was necessary.
And he's older as well.
Yeah.
So it's totally different things.
So it was.
But the actual cause of death was with the pipe.
Medical negligence, it was ruled.
Medical negligence, that's the word. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that that would be a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here's something else for you, because when I tell people my story, it was in like 12 newspapers and stuff. I remember being on the train and seeing it on like page 3.
Jesus.
Yeah, and like my dad's face. Everyone around me was like, it was quite a unique death. So everyone was interested in like what was happening.
What happened? Yeah.
Because, well, firstly, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you lot are going to get paid for this."
What year was this?
2013.
Oh, fucking hell.
You lot are going to get paid. And to be honest, whilst we're going through our grief as a family and an extended family, everyone was thinking, yeah, we're going to get paid for this. And you hear the cases in America and this and that.
Millions.
Genuinely, in my head, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I don't want to sound like an idiot or materialistic or financial, but obviously I'm thinking,
you was young, innit?
they've just killed my
well.
dad, basically.
Yeah.
I want to get some cash, because that will make the grief easier,
as you feel in it.
It's a whole other conversation of money and the importance of it, whatever. And, money doesn't buy happiness. In that situation, a few £1 million, I would have been a bit happier.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Trust me.
Good.
Like, I would have been driving down from Loughborough to London in my Benz instead of getting the train that I couldn't afford. So, but the problem is, and this is crazy, is in the United Kingdom, all you're actually entitled to is loss of earnings.
Wow.
So they take his age, they take his age, they take retirement, they look at the last 10 years of how much he earned, they create an average and they multiply that by 18 years, and they give you that. He was a self-employed financial advisor with a good accountant. So, some years he had 150 grand, other years he made 70.
He had a good accountant.
The average was like, I don't know, on paper it was like 50 60 grand.
50
so
bags.
yeah, we got paid like, I don't know, 850. 850, my mum was 43, divide that if she lives a healthy life, it's like 30k a year.
Yeah.
Crazy. So me and my brother got 40,000 each straight away. That was it. I bought a house immediately. I was back in my overdraft. So it was that was also a bit of an energy dump, because I was like, a few million, cool. But as the case went on over 7-8 years, it took.
But that's a long time anyway. So by then, it's almost like
so
you
bored
just
of
want it over.
Yeah.
So the man can rest.
But I think I've seen the papers of this hospital, and it's crazy. That is the law in this country, especially for like a private hospital. You should be getting bucks, really.
Yeah.
Nurse that was looking after him was flown out the country same day. Yeah, madness.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember being at the coroner's court. She was meant to be there, and everyone turned up.
She knew she had to go.
Yeah.
She knew.
So yeah, you can imagine the anger as well.
I think I'd struggle, because we had a thing where somebody checked him out on like the 10th of January or something. He'd gone and seen the doctors, and I think in Parkinson's they're like pretty fixated with like what's happening in your brain. Yeah. So they'd be like, check your medications on point, how the tremors, all this stuff, and basically what would happen was his gut was starting to perforate, because basically all the medication starts to give you
side effects,
constipation, and stuff like that, and so it ends up that there was a rip in the gut. He got sepsis by that perforating the bowel, etc. But it's because we don't blame them, but we're just kind of like, if you checked other stuff,
could have been better.
Yeah.
He complained about constantly like having this constipation issue and stuff like that, but they were kind of like, whatever. How's your brain doing? And it's like, it could have been avoidable. He was 78, so he was way older.
That was NHS though, right?
He was in a care home at that point in time, so I think they get NHS doctors in to come and see. But
I don't think you can win with either, to be honest. I think private's a business with cheap labour.
Yeah.
And NHS is in the mud.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It makes you wonder, you're right. It's like, is this where, I feel for people in, all sorts of medical situations in terms of, it's a tough job. Of course it is. But, does technology step in to save us, and just continuous monitoring of your dad could go, the alarm's going off anyway, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I think that one sounds like it's definitely neglect, but also unfortunate as well at the same time, because it's come out. That's not the issue. It's the 9 minutes, right?
Of course.
It's the time. It's the time delay. That's the problem. That's the negligence. Like the accident's the accident.
But if they were, not to make matters worse, if they were aware that something was wrong, why didn't they just address it straight away?
And this is also where I say private hospitals are business.
Correct.
Maybe there should have been 3 or 4 nurses on the ward that day.
Absolutely.
So
there wasn't.
Corners,
Absolutely.
So I don't know why. And it's what's
for
funny
5,000
actually.
Has that shaped your view on money as well? Because if you think about like endpoint capitalism, which is like how do you shave down the costs and basically inflate the profit margins, but I guess you're seeing in private hospital, that's what's happening, and therefore your relationship with money may be more cynical?
It's a good question.
Yeah, it probably is actually. I wish I'd done my research on that place. I Googled it recently, read the Google reviews. If I'd have done that day, we wouldn't have sent him. It's crazy. Google reviews, when talking about technology, might have saved him.
I was going to say, but in 2013, that weren't the thing as it is now, isn't it?
Exactly. So. But yeah, money, I've always had my family's had a terrible relationship with money. My mum said to me a few years ago, she was like, I can't believe where you've come in your life in regards to money, like making money, having the business, doing well, because that I was going to be the child of the two of us that was playing a guitar on a beach somewhere. Like, everyone said, what's David going to do one day? But now I think for me, like money, I used to be so materialistic, and everyone, I still am a little bit. I like nice things, but now like money buys time for me. So I think since my dad dying, I was like, I need to secure the bag because I need to live a good lifestyle. I need to be happy. So I started chasing money for the purpose of being able to do the things I do today.
For freedom,
for time with my kid, and my partner, and holidays, and just bought a new house, renovating a house. So my relationship with money's changed. But I did the last 5 years. I've not been partying. I don't do the stuff that a 25 to a 30-year-old should really be doing. Having a partner helps that, obviously. But I was more motivated to make sure I can look after mine, be happy, look after my mum if I had to one day.
Just be free, innit?
Yeah, freedom is priceless.
Yeah, that's the thing I think is crushing for people of the generation below you. I don't know how many generations they are below. I can't do the maths on generations anymore, but I feel I just don't even know what message of freedom they have. Right? If I look at my niece at 15, she's like, I want to go to university, I want to do this. And it's like, when you're shopping around for flats in 10, 15 years, I don't know what they're going to cost, but I don't see how you...
But I think the trap also comes to the idea that they have to be here in this country. They don't. They could go to any other country in the world, right?
That's
at
true.
This moment in time,
That's
and still do those things. And I think this is what I mean. I think there is more freedom, but I think it's perspective.
Yes.
I think if you buy into the narrative that we got sold, then you're going to feel trapped. But actually, the world's open.
Yeah, uni, the education system and university in this country, I'm not a believer in it, to be honest. I think I delivered a business class at my secondary school recently. So I went in, my former business teacher's still there, and he's now deputy head. And I'm chatting to him before I spoke to this class, and I'm like, what's changed in the curriculum since I was here? Nothing.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Crazy.
Do you know what?
For business class?
I'm talking about the general curriculum, everything.
No, but this is
little tweaks here and there, but nothing.
This is what I think people overlook when it comes to the schooling system, right? Your point is correct. Educationally, it doesn't work. It's the social element.
No, of course.
And I think the social element, especially with so many kids being stuck in the house, that social element, and we've all been to uni here, right? You can't buy it.
No, this is true. And this is where I was going to go with university. I don't remember what I studied at uni. I could not tell you. I could just about tell you what my degree's in.
Yeah.
But that made me a man. Perhaps what I went through, but even if my dad was still alive, whatever, I think it made me, I lived on my own. I had freedom. It's that freedom. We used to scream, uni, no parents, no bedtime.
Uni was different.
No, I remember buying,
I didn't experience it like you guys. I stayed at home.
Yeah, that's why then.
That's why your position in life is different to us.
I saved the money. I think I met somebody that was like, stay at home, keep the money, buy a house in Portugal.
So, but see, there goes that. You went back home, but you bought a house in Portugal.
I didn't leave home.
You bought a house in Portugal,
Yeah.
which was cheaper. Whereas we had the pressures of buying a house here, and it's just like...
No, to be fair, I was also buying cars. I used the money to buy cars, which was stupid. I was just frivolous. I look back and I was like, I wasted a lot of money. But I stayed home. I didn't have the experience that you guys. I regret not going to actually live in university and having that social aspect.
That's why you're overcompensating for that now with
I don't go out.
Now with a lot of extreme stuff that you do.
The unwritten rule is you're kind of meant to just pull a pin out the grenade, take it somewhere that's away from like your home city, your home, whatever. Get out your system and then come home, and it's like a coming of age, isn't it?
It's mad because, like you said, it's unwritten, but you just do it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Freshers week, you get plastered. You're just drunk all over the shop.
Yeah, no, I did some mad stuff. That's where I had my first drinks. Man. Literally
started sneaking into the residentials because I lived in the manor, so sneaking into the residentials. It was some crazy shit that we was doing.
Sounds amazing.
No, it was good. It was good.
But we're boys as well, there.
Yeah,
boys as well. There's some shit that we done as boys that was just different.
There's nothing like in life finding your own boundary because you go, enough is enough. You just go, I'm not drinking anymore, or I'm not partying anymore, or I'm not going to try and do anything more dangerous than that. That, like, you know, like you get on a motorbike, like, that's fast enough for me. I'm good now.
It's the influences as well that you've got around you. Sometimes you are saying no because you're stuck with the parent principles.
But that's the worst. So sometimes when you're the negative side of men is when you're all doing something you know collectively is dangerous.
I mean, that's the joy.
And you go, we're all collectively in danger, but like because nobody's really taking that step back, we're all kind of shuffling each other along the bike. It's like, yeah, look, this could end up.
Don't be a pussy, innit?
Yeah, all right. This is making me think about some mad shit I did at uni. Some of my friends, if they're watching this, will be like, they'll be laughing because I was just in this bubble. Like you couldn't touch me, you couldn't arrest me, you couldn't do nothing. I was doing the most. Like I was out 4 or 5 nights a week. Imagine you could go out with £20 though and get burst. Like easy. That's insane.
Yeah, you was in Loughborough as well.
Yeah, like mate, the student union, I still was voted like the best in the country for like 15 years.
Listen, I'd get one phone call being in London, have my car and be like, what, Nottingham Uni? Cool, no. I'll be up there in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Winging down the
literally.
road.
My boys used to drive up and down.
Up and down like it's down the road. I'm thinking about it now. I wouldn't do that for the love of nothing. I'm driving up there. Fuck that.
They used to, I call them at 5, they'll be there at 7. And then they'll be popping bottles in the union.
Like, and driving back home.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Like, it was just that bubble of like, nothing matters. But yeah, £20 you could take out and get burst.
That sounds amazing.
And this
How
is
much
why
was
you've got
it?
to be careful with late teen to early 20-year-old boys, men, because they do think
shit's expensive now, so that ain't happening.
But they have like an impunity, right? Like they just don't think the law will catch them. They don't think consequences will catch them. They just live.
You're not even thinking about the consequences.
He's right though, because I actually have some anxiety when I think back about some of the things I did.
Surely.
No, that wasn't me. Do you know what I mean? That was partly potentially where my head was at those years, but yeah, that wasn't me. I didn't do nothing crazy, but you know, like.
But you know what do you know, you're both, of course you're both right. What it is you don't think about the law and the consequences. You're just doing. It's a very present moment in time.
Yeah.
It's literally a very present moment. And because you're in uni and away from the community that you grew with, you're almost like a new body, new character.
Yeah, you can reinvent
and everything's
yourself.
New. So you can go in.
You can
with this
reinvent
newness.
yourself.
You can reinvent yourself.
You reinvent yourself.
In fact,
it's a new day. Nobody knows you, so you can become whoever you want to become at that point.
And that's what it is.
Really interesting. That's so
but it's
true.
funny, right? Like, so
it's pure ego.
It's pure ego. Because you're nothing, because you don't have any status. You've lost the status from school. You don't really.
Well, you gave it away. It's left behind.
It's that grey area,
yeah.
and then you go there.
Yeah, because but like people would go out and some of the uni nights out, it's like you've got people absolutely turboed on like double vodka Red Bull, right? Which is just, I just think it's crazy for people's brain. So they get in fights.
£1 vodka Red Bulls.
And somebody would essentially, you know, whether it happened to them or whether they did somebody else, would have assaulted somebody. It's like if you're caught for assaulting somebody, you go in jail.
It's just a fight, actually.
Exactly. They're like, it's just school, it's just uni, it's all an institution, it's just a fight. It's like, no, essentially, you've had a fight with somebody and
you're a fully grown man now.
Yeah,
like,
you're going to be put in
jail.
jail.
Fully grown man,
yeah, and you'll be treated with the full force.
But it's only when that happens to one of your people, then you're like, oh shit, there's boundaries.
Yeah.
There's limits.
Yeah.
We got to learn the hard way sometimes, right?
Yeah. You keep pushing until it happens.
What's next for you, David?
Freedom of fun, freedom of speech, but no freedom of consequences. What's next for me?
Yeah.
Where's your business at the moment? And then
just me. I've got myself and 2 employees that work in for me. I've been on my own for 4 years now, so I do a similar thing to Anna. I've got a niche recruitment agency, do a lot of business across Central Europe, to be honest. So that's going well. I enjoy it. To an extent, champagne and razor blades, right? The good's good, the bad is awful.
The bad is terrible. He knows.
But that's sales, right? It's just sales. But I feel like it's, you know, I do enjoy this, and that's so I want to grow that a little bit more. And I need to I've been a little bit detached from the charity the last 6 months, being a father, renovating, selling, buying a house. I've just been hectic. This year's been hectic. Craziest year of my life, like in terms of progression, but also mental health, everything. Like it's been
crazy
intense,
year, man. Crazy times.
And everything going on in the world is, you know, we're becoming so desensitized to these issues and death and everything. So next for me is just I just want to finish this house, move into this house, be happy here, grow the business a little bit more. But I want to start doing something else. So I need something more tangible. Our business in sales, whether you're in SaaS, tech sales, recruitment, it's very B2B, electronic. You know, it's amazing what I can do. My father-in-law is always quite amazed at, you know, how much money I can make off my laptop. You know, which is just always an interesting conversation. I like to have it because but that to me, when he says that, or other elder men, women in my life, I see where they're coming from, and part of me wants to be like, I want to have a calf. You know, I want to be like, yes, my calf.
You want to be
something tangible.
You want to be a contact.
This is why I want to create a funeral. I want to be a funeral director because I want to be working.
A what?
Yeah, that's like my new thing. I think after beyond recruitment, I want to do that because
I mean, it's always the extreme opposite. Like, just be a wedding planner.
Yeah, what about a wedding?
Do something beautiful.
No, because I'm going to be like, people are so demanding and bratty and stuff like that.
She knows she's never going to be out of business.
Absolutely.
That's all it is. It's all about business.
You'll be an undertaker.
That's all it is.
It's guaranteed income.
She's not thinking about a job. I want to be a funeral director. I just want money.
No, funeral director. No, funeral director is just a guarantee. Well, your income is guaranteed.
But why is it always about money? That's the point.
No, but it's not about money.
He
it's
wants to own a calf, not for money.
People come to you and you help them go through their
just
grief.
Clients to you.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
You help people through grief. It's not
So why don't you just do that through counsel and just be there and just turn up?
No, because then you're taking on even more of like emotional baggage from others.
When are you going to have time to do this?
The funeral when I sell allium. But I've been thinking about it now. I've been looking for to buy one.
You've been looking to buy one?
Yeah, for the past 3 months.
I'm happy not to have this discussion with you no more.
What is wrong with the funeral director?
Nothing. Somebody's got to do it.
It's a great job.
Do you
right?
actually care about it though?
I do.
How many
Your
funerals have you
eyes
been
are
to?
telling me a different story.
How many funerals have you been to?
In my life, one.
And how many have you been close to from the beginning to the end of the process?
None.
So
Try doing that first, and then tell me you want to be a funeral director.
Yeah, next time someone dies, I'll call you.
But remember, if I'm going to buy it, I'm not. I necessarily need to be doing the job day to day basis.
You don't really care about the director. You don't really care about it.
I do care about my business, of course. Each one of them. I love my businesses.
Each one. Damn. That's what I'm trying to be next. I'm trying to be Anna.
Yeah, exactly. I'm happy not to throw you under the bus in this conversation.
Yeah,
so let's just leave it.
You've taken the bullet out of the chamber there. Cause
I'm just leaving you right there. Right there. I've loaded it up. It's ready for the future episodes.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Just
grow business.
Be happy.
Doing something tangible is cool. I agree with
like
you.
Like a cafe.
Yeah, but also you feel like you live
restaurant.
Similar.
Yeah, I think there's something that would be something cool. Everybody's part of their career of doing something that you create with your hands or that interacts with real people.
It's interaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just wants human interaction, real life stuff, a bit of normality.
But it would have to be something like a hobby that you don't feel like you have to depend on it to pay your mortgage.
Yeah, no, but obviously I've got the business to do that. That will always be the backbone of everything. But you just get to a stage. Also, what we do is exhausting, right?
It is exhausting.
I say this about sales is I'm not good at sales, but sales to me is you have to break off bits of your energy, transfer it to somebody to energize them into buying something off you, not somebody else. And so you're constantly giving energy out.
And feel away not to
Every
hear
day.
no. I've got so much pride. I hate no's.
Yeah.
But I'll go with Anna on the other side. She doesn't care about the no's.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for my next no.
I'm not good at sales. I've got too much ego and compassion to hear. I just hate no's.
I like no's.
I say to the team, the more no's you get, you're going to get yes.
Yes, we love no's. Unashamedly.
Especially as like an overthinker sales, I think I do fight in recruitment for the candidate, for the client. Like I love going the extra mile, and I say to the guys that work with me, go the extra mile all the time because it is less busy there. And it's true, like
it is less busy.
The touch points, constantly keeping in contact. That, like, I come home after a day's work and my brain is fried. It is, and that's the thing. And as I'm only 31, but I've noticed in the last 3-4 years, you just get tired of it.
Last
I
night
go to bed at 9-10 o'clock every night religiously.
Up early as well, though.
Yeah.
No, he's up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I need sleep.
Tall guy.
I noticed yesterday I was like in bed and I was literally just staring at the screen. There was nothing there.
Nothing left.
I was just...
So you need to learn to detach.
My brain was vegetable.
Sooner or later, I would say to both of you, there's going to be a point where if you don't put it into your schedules now, remember, energy is always going to deplete.
Yeah, agree.
Yes, yeah.
So you need to learn to have those disciplined moments of detachment, which is what you're working on now, and then just freedom. Because sooner or later, you're going to be doing that and you'll probably make yourself ill.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Absolutely.
I've actually been...
I've been sick because of it.
I'm not actually sick right now, don't worry. I've been sick because of stress. I
Yes.
actually got shingles once.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's mad stuff you get.
Yeah, I broke out in like shingles, which is equivalent of like an adult chicken pox.
Yeah. That's just
not
the body.
everywhere, just like here and.
It's almost like an autoimmune. The body just fights itself because
Literally.
you
Stress.
pushed it to the limit that you don't need to.
So, but I'm a massive, mentally, not even physically.
It's
like
just mental.
Your brain
It's mental.
is such a. You exhaust your brain, it will show you in many ways. You know what I mean?
Because it's an illusion as well, right? So you exhaust it, and then the illusion of what you then think, then react, it just reflects back at you, and then your brain's fighting something else. That's
well, I think also, right, like if you give your brain like a constant like to-do list of thought, like thinking is obviously like energy intense.
Yes.
That's why we have to eat so much, obviously. But who knows what other processes it's not handling in your body? Going, okay, you keep overthinking. I'm like constantly being involved in like thinking. It's like, probably when it's actually got like scheduled maintenance.
Do you know what my friend said to me? He said to me, you might consciously feel it's okay, you can handle it, and then you go to bed, right? Because you're tired. But what are you doing with your unconscious brain at night? What's happening there? And that's what comes out later on in your life. It's what's the unconscious brain doing. Are you actually sleeping peacefully and still, or are you moving around? Are you overthinking in your sleep when you don't know? And that's when you get those diseases later. And that's why you have to have better practices with your conscious brain to allow the conscious to relax.
Yeah.
And
When
that's
you're
a-
awake, basically.
I don't know for you, but like sometimes the desire to go back to a work life that's representative of almost like that performance arts or that sporting career of just something where you are one with the output and it just feels different. It's just like, it's so heady, as you say, with business, whereas when you're probably playing basketball, you just have those really nice flow moments. And I think the ultimate, that would be freedom to me, is working at something where you go, the work is the same as that immersive state. And that would be amazing to me.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I don't know where the drive of what I'm doing actually comes from, but you just feel like, did you say recently, I would rather die? I would rather die. Not that deep for me, innit? But it's just
That
what gets
day
me
was
out
a
of
different
bed,
day.
isn't it? Like the chase. Sales is the chase as well. Like you win a big project.
But you're a
come on.
sportsman as well. So I think that a lot of that does come from those areas of discipline.
My friends will laugh at what you just said, because I was a sportsman. The last 10 years, myth.
But that's the underlying factors.
Yeah,
within
exactly.
you,
It's part of the makeup of me and how I'm wired. So yeah,
I'm doing the same thing. I don't play sports like that on that level, but I've still got that thing, that level of discipline, even if I'm playing five-a-side, where I'm just cussing everyone. They're like, what are you shouting for? It's supposed to be fun. Fucking want to win. Why are we here?
that's
But
true.
Mr. Fagan, where can anybody find the charity?
So we're It's Time _ charity on Instagram, www.itstimecharity.com. We've got managed to get 5 places in the London Marathon for the next 5 years.
Wicked.
We're on
That's cool.
mainly Instagram and YouTube. There's a few things you can watch. We've got about 3,000 followers now. We're doing amazing things. We're helping organisations, schools, universities, helping some universities redesign their bereavement policies.
Amazing.
Helping organisations do the same thing. We've got peer-to-peer support networks. We do walk and talks, meet and griefs, we call them.
Yep.
So if you are a young adult in any capacity, age 16 to 30, although we don't really discriminate too much on age, and you've lost a parent or both, which is about 15% of the UK through our own government survey. We found in our own work, 15% of the UK will lose a parent before they turn 30 years old.
Wow.
So it's a huge stat, and there's not enough people supporting it. So that's what It's Time Charity is there to do. And you can find us where I'm
Reach out.
That's
Reach out.
amazing.
Thank you for your time.
That's
Beautiful.
been fun. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Beautiful story. Do you want to do the wrap?
If you enjoyed that and you see value in these conversations, then please follow us on the BWG podcast for more content. Nice.